I'm going to be talking now about one of the most difficult steps in the process of becoming a pharmaceutical sales or medical sales rep, and that is the interview questions. Before I became a pharmaceutical sales rep, I didn't have any idea how difficult and how to approach all this process of becoming one, especially when I was coming from a totally unrelated industry, right? And I have said it many times, if you approach getting a job in this industry in the same way that you have been doing it in other industries, it's not gonna work. You have to really prepare for this type of environment and interview process. So I remember that before I finally got my first job, I had to go through 40 interviews, combining phone screening and face-to-face interview. And the reason for this was because I didn't know what I was doing. I was totally unprepared for those interviews, and I have to learn all of that the hard way, making mistakes, and that's why it took me so long, and I wasted a lot of opportunities on the way because I didn't know better. I remember that the first time a recruiter called me to interview, to do a phone screening with me, the recruiter hung up on me because, I mean, my answers were horrible. So I don't want you to go through the same, pattern of frustration. And one of the key elements to do that is to be prepared for the interview questions. So I'm going to talk about one of the most common interview questions that you are going to get and what would be the best way to answer that question. And that is, almost in every single process that you're going to be in this industry, in the interview process, you're going to be asked, hey, tell me about yourself. And the best way to answer this question is to use what is called the 30 seconds commercial. So in the slide, you can see like a template that you can use to answer that question. For instance, in my case, I always say like, I am a sales rep with the bulk of my career in pharmaceutical and medical sales. My most recent position was with DepoMed in Miami, where I was calling on pain specialists and neurologists. And my key strengths are I am a powerful negotiator and a strong relationship builder. Something like that. You want to keep it short, to the point, and most important, you want to practice that. Well, now that we have covered one of the most common interview questions, I'm going to go to the second one. And that is this, you have to be ready for it because the first question, tell me about yourself, is like the intro. And what I'm going to be discussing now is like the punchline. Almost in every single interview process, you're going to be asked about this one, and it's, why should we hire you? And you are going to get this question probably as frequently as the first one. And you have to get it prepared and solid. You have to be ready to say what separates you from the rest. What history of success are you bringing to this company? What are the attributes that separate you from the rest and that make you really successful? What are the real reasons why this company should go for you and not for other person? So these are just only two examples of the most common questions that you're gonna get in the process, and believe me, it makes a huge difference when you are prepared for this. In my training videos to help you in the process of becoming a pharmaceutical sales rep, I also include a free bonus that is my collection of the interview questions that I gathered in my career. Every time, I started to notice that the questions are very similar once you go through so many interviews, and I started to write them down so I could practice my answers. I also made sure, to consult with some colleagues of mine and some recruiters to make sure I didn't miss any of the most important questions that you're going to be asking in the process, so you can have the best preparation for the challenge of becoming a pharmaceutical or medical sales rep. It can be a challenge, like I said, if you are not prepared. But once you know the steps, once you have the right preparation, it's going to be a lot faster and easy for you to get that dream job. So I hope this helped, and I invite you to check my blog and my website so you can learn more about the process of becoming a pharmaceutical medical sales rep.